Hello and welcome. So today's topic is triage. And frankly, I think we don't spend enough time talking about the doing of making courses ZTC. So what that means is we spend too much time talking about the vocabulary and the kind of like philosophy of open access and zero cost and all this junk. And really, I want to talk about like, let's go through the process of making a course zero cost with as little effort as possible. So to that end, I'm going to go along and do the last math course at Columbia, which is linear algebra, which is my course. I have here on the screen the table of contents of my course, and I'm going to go through and triage it quick. I'm going to triage it into three categories. Those categories are going to be green, which is going to be critical, must have this for course to go. They're going to be blue, that are wanted, and they're going to be red that are meh. Anything I don't mark is going to be unneeded. So these are going to be things that I currently don't use. That's what I'm going to go through and do. Should be relatively straightforward, I hope. So here's my plan. Gotta have chapter one. I gotta have an introduction to vectors. It's absolutely necessary to build anything. I gotta say, let's see, I really gotta have this idea of vectors and linear equations. I've gotta have rules. I've gotta have inverse matrices. I've gotta have transposes and permutations. Everything else in here, I kind of want elimination using matrices. I definitely want this factorization. I could kind of take or leave this thing about the idea of elimination. That's okay. I think I absolutely need chapter 3. And to this, I'm going to add this note that I absolutely find that I need the picture on the cover of the textbook. This is dead clutch for me for chapter 3. This is like really what has kept me with the current book. It's not a big deal whether you understand what this means, frankly. Like, none of these words mean anything to anybody who's not a mathematician, and that's also totally fine. Like, I'm not going to understand exactly why a sociology professor is picking certain things. You just got to go through and pick your own stuff. So here's me picking stuff. Let's see, I definitely need orthogonality. That actually goes to the picture on the cover. Projections are nice, but not super needed. I definitely need orthonormal bases. These two I'm gonna go with, I would really like to have them. Determinants, I'm gonna go with, I teach Kramer's rule and inverses and volumes. Actually, I'm gonna go with, I teach Kramer's rule. I don't really need it. I definitely need definitely need volumes. Inverses, I'm kind of okay with. We maybe use that. I definitely use and need the determinant, and I could kind of take or leave this permutation cofactor crap. I definitely need, let's see, I definitely need 6.1 and 6.2, so I need eigenvalues. I need systems of differential equations. These other two things are kind of nice, but I don't even always cover them. SVD I don't tend to cover, so I could put that in kind of the take or leave. Let's see, I really like this section 8.1. I like having that be the kind of capstone of the course. If I have time, I get to these other two. Something I've never done before and I didn't really put into triage is like, I actually would really like to talk about Fourier transforms. In my current book, I don't feel like the sections in here are that good. So if I could find those would be a bonus for me in an open resource. Um, oh, I really like complex numbers. I actually talk about complex numbers a lot. I don't usually use this section in the book, but I talk about them a lot. Everything else in here is kind of black labeled. Um, so yeah, I feel like most of these things are black labeled. I'm definitely not going to talk about this in this course. It's too much. I'm not going to talk about numerical methods. It's just too much. It would be kind of rad to be able to talk more about graphs and networks. The rest of this I'll probably just leave black labeled. I guess there's one further note here in that I teach a course called Math 12 that's finite math. That's where this linear programming thing comes in. That actually gets talked about rather in Math 12. Honestly, if I hit a resource while I'm trolling for a good replacement for my current linear algebra textbook that covers that topic really well, I'm going to mark that. I'm going to add it to my linear or to my Math 12 resource list because what the heck, it's always good to have another thing. This one thing, this 6 great theorems, whatever, I really like that. I probably try to steal some version of that if I can. I think that's a really crucial thing to have. And this is really fundamentally my triaged course. Like, I know what I need to find. I gotta find the green stuff. It'd be really nice if I didn't have to write up notes for the blue stuff, but like I could write up notes for some of it. The red stuff I could really take or leave. That's fine. And the black stuff I just don't cover. So I think I know what I need in a resource now. There's one other thing here, which is just like order of presentation. And like for me personally, there are 2 linear algebra kind of like organizational schemes. And I really, really, really like the one that has late determinants. So this is determinants, they're done late. That's a thing I really like in the textbook. I find that when students see the determinant too early, they just don't really grasp a lot of the concepts because they use the determinant to try to do everything. They don't really understand what it means. And frankly, like, it's just not a very productive or fun experience to have students have it too early. So this is what I kind of would like you guys to do. Go through your course. If you want to know the like exact tool I'm using here, the software tool I'm using is OneNote, and I'm just marking it up with I've got a Wacom tablet and a pen. I find that's an easy way for me. But you guys do you. Like, all I want here, all I think we ever need here is like a list of topics that we absolutely need covered with some triage. And that's really the first week expectation. This should take, I don't know, this is taking maybe 5 or 10 minutes. I've been thinking about this for, a couple of days, like on and off. I put this in my head a couple days ago. I thought my way through it, let it rest for a little bit, and then I just went through it again here. I'm pretty confident that this will be good enough if I can find all these resources. I'm not confident I'm going to be able to do that, and that's okay. Like, you don't have to start this process and be absolutely sure it's going to work. I looked ahead a little bit. I've got a couple options for resources. I'm not sure I love them. That's fine. Like, let's triage and we'll try. And then as we go forward, we're going to try to make things fit. And if we can, awesome. And if we can't, then we'll work on it together, and hopefully we'll lower the cost of a textbook for a student. And if we can't lower the cost of a textbook for a student, we'll look at buying a set of classroom textbooks or something. because the state's throwing some money at this, and I think it's good to benefit our students. So let's see if we can work together and get it done. Let me know if you guys have any questions, or if you wonder what I mean by triage. I guess I didn't explain that, but I think critical, wanted, meh, probably good enough. Thanks for your time, guys. You can submit this as a little video explaining, or we can talk through it in a meeting, or you can color code a file and upload a file. That's all fine. I will check in with you guys later.